Hello, my dearest students. I know, exams are right around the corner and things can feel a little stressful. But that's exactly why I'm here. So, take a nice deep breath, relax, because you have absolutely nothing to worry about. We're going to go through this chapter together, and I promise you'll feel super confident by the end. Think of this as a mini vacation. We're going to take a quick trip across India, from Goa to Coorg to Assam, and in just a few minutes, you'll have this whole chapter, Glimpses of India, completely sorted out. Ready? Let's go. Okay, our first stop is beautiful sunny Goa, but we're not here for the beaches today. Nope. We're traveling back in time to the old Portuguese days to hear a story all about their famous loaves of bread and the most important person in the village, the baker. Shh, listen. Can you hear that sound? Jang, jang. That's the sound that woke everyone up in the morning. It was the baker arriving with his bamboo staff, letting everyone know that fresh, hot bread was here. You see, that thud and jingle came from his special bamboo staff. He wasn't just a bread seller, you know. To the children, he was a friend, a guide, a cherished part of their morning routine. And these bakers had a special name. Now this is important for your exam, so remember it. They were called the pater. It's a Portuguese word that people in Goa still use today. And you could always spot a potter because of his unique dress. It was called the kabai. Just picture this single-piece long frock that went all the way down to his knees. It was practically his uniform. And let me tell you, bread was a huge deal in Goa. I mean, it was part of every single important occasion. A marriage gift wasn't complete without a sweetbread called bol. For a daughter's engagement, the mother had to make sandwiches. And Christmas? Well, that meant cakes and yummy bolinas were a must. And of course, the kids loved the special bread bangles. So you see, the baker and his furnace were absolutely essential to life in the village. All right, let's leave the coast behind and travel to the misty green hills of Karnataka. Our next stop is Coorg, also known as Kodavus. It's a land famous for its incredible beauty, and even more so for its incredibly brave people. People say Coorg is like a little piece of heaven that drifted down to earth. And when you think about it, with its rolling hills, lush rainforests, and huge coffee estates, you can just imagine the air smelling of fresh coffee, right? Now, the people here, the Kodavus, are known for being fiercely independent, and their origins are a bit of a mystery. There are two popular stories. One says they might be descendants of Alexander the Great's army. The other theory points to an Arab origin, and the clue is in their traditional dress, a long black coat with an embroidered belt called a kufiya, which looks a lot like the kufiya worn by Arabs. Pretty cool, huh? So let's quickly recap the must-know facts about Coorg. The people are the independent Kodavus, known for being great hosts and for their stories of bravery. The main crop is coffee, of course. And here is a super important fact. Kodavus are the only people in India who are allowed to carry firearms without a license. That just shows how respected their warrior tradition is. For our final stop, let's pack our bags and head all the way to the northeast, to the beautiful green tea gardens of Upper Assam. Imagine you're on a train with our characters, Rajveer and Pranjal. As the train pulls into a station, what's the first thing you hear? Chai, garam chai. It's that classic call from a tea vendor that instantly pulls you into the story and into India's famous tea country. Now get ready for a mind-blowing fact. Rajveer tells Pranjal that over 80 cups of tea are drunk every single day around the world. That's 800 million cups. It's just, wow. It really shows you how much the world loves tea. So, how did tea even begin? Well, there are two famous legends. The first one is about a Chinese emperor who discovered it completely by accident when some tea leaves blew into his pot of boiling water. The other story is an Indian legend about a Buddhist monk, Bodhidharma, who cut off his eyelids so he wouldn't fall asleep while meditating, and 10 tea plants grew right where his eyelids fell. All right, our little tour is almost done. But wait, before we finish, let's do a super quick fire round of questions to make sure everything we've learned is fresh in your mind. Ready to ace this? Let's go. First question. Let's go back to Goa. The story says the baker had a jackfruit-like physical appearance. What on earth does that mean? I'll give you a second to think about it. It means he had a plump, well-fed body. Back then, being plump wasn't a bad thing at all. It was proof that you and your family were prosperous, happy, and never went hungry. It was a sign of success. Okay, next question. Let's zip over to Coorg.
This is a very important piece of general knowledge from the chapter. Do you remember who the first chief of the Indian Army was and where he was from?
You got it. It was General Cariappa, and he was a Corgi. This is a huge point of pride for the Kodavus and shows their amazing legacy of bravery. And that's a wrap. So let's just quickly lock in the main idea of each part. Goa is all about nostalgia and the super important baker. Coorg is about brave people, beautiful coffee country, and a unique culture. And Assam is a journey into the world of tea and its amazing stories. See? Simple. You've got this. You are completely ready for your exams now. You've done a fantastic job revising this chapter. So just be confident and go give it your best shot. And hey, after the exams are over, maybe you can plan a real trip to one of these places. Which one would you pick? All the very best.